the Psychic News Network. We're into day 3 of the new year. How you holding up? Let me know. A short while ago, I finished up a show with Kathy Beal, our resident astrologer. It was awesome to have a New Year's show with her. Make sure you check that out. It was about an hour ago, hour or so ago. So, I didn't have the chat on for that because there's too many trolls, and I just want to say about that, just forgive the logistics currently right now when I do shows with Kathy. I'm working some stuff out. In the new year, I do have new help. Somebody's helping me as a favor. So we will do that. Thank you for playing Troll Slayer. So how you doing? What's going on? That picture that was my thumbnail was a picture of the lobster trap tree here in Gloucester, Massachusetts. That's across the street and down a little ways. In the spirit of bringing in more white light, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to light candles. Hang on. Let's do this. And I want to encourage you to do the same. We're bringing in the light to 2025. This is important. Okay? I'm doing this right now live to encourage you to do the same. Never leave your candles unattended. I have actual matches. Like my graphics person. If you need a graphics person, this person is excellent. Mean marketing. And speaking of that, before we get into it, I need to show you, if you missed it, I have merch. I do. I have merch. And I have a special offer with my merch, and if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to love it. So let me grab that. Can we have this candle? We'll have the candle over here. Yep. And I brought our friends back. Betty and Benny, Bunny, and Elliot and Judy, the Democracy Elves, and we have our Democracy Smurf there. Let me show you what I have. Hang on. This is my way to entice you to book a full reading. That's 50 minutes, 50, for the new year. If you do, I will send you this mug. All right, you lit your white lights. Good, you're good. When you book a 50-minute reading, 50, I will send you this Kamala 1 mug. This is PNN Psychic News Network on it. I'm so glad you guys are lighting candles. Awesome. I'll promote this throughout my video tonight. This is my first shipment of these mugs. They're kind of, I don't know, it depends on how you look at it. If you want to look at this while you're having your coffee and you're right-handed, on the other side you're going to see purple. I think when I have them done again, they're either going to be two-sided, which is more expensive, or I'm going to have right-handed mugs where this is on the front, like, you know. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I want to do this in the chat tonight. I want you, go to psychicannetdion.com to book a reading. Has to be a long reading. All right. So, you like that? I'll tell her that you like the design. I want you to write in the chat things that are American to you. Things like, I think about America, I was just thinking about Kamala running and Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala, and I was thinking about Oprah and all that Oprah did to endorse Kamala, and I was thinking of Kamala at the Capitol when she had that huge rally at the Capitol, and then I started to kind of think about the things that America is and the people who represent America. And I thought about Stevie Wonder, and I thought about Bruce Springsteen, and I thought about the old folk artists like, I don't know, Bob Dylan and Neil Young, and the things that America, you know, like just throw in the chat, you know, what makes you think of this is all American? Joe Biden, our flag, yeah. Being charitable. So, and I'll remind people as people come on that that's what we're doing, okay? Freedom to have Kamala Harris as our president. I want to make you all aware, if you're not aware, that even though this is a psychic news network, for the time being, it's really the psychic news. Because I have been instructed by my guides that I rely on profusely for my life, have said in no uncertain terms, you are not to focus any of your attention on the propaganda. Yes. And that's what you're getting in mainstream media news. You're getting propaganda. Let me just show you the Substack title. I'm jumping all over the place tonight. I think I'll move this back too. I did write a Substack. I was up in the wee hours of the morning going, let's do it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why am I up? Do you ever have nights like that? There's a lot going on. So I finished my Substack article, and I will show it to you. So go to Substack. This is it's called a net Substack right now. Mainstream media attempts to put lipstick on a pig. Please go to my Substack and subscribe, and I also always share this on my community page. The reason that I'm saying that is because, and I mentioned this last night at the Grassroots of Democracy 30-minute meeting, I picked up the local paper yesterday, just picked it up, looked at it, and on the front page of my local paper, in big letters as if we had just had an election in November, it said, Donald Trump wins White House. And I was furious. That pig, right? People are putting in the chat things that are American. Okay? We are good friends. We appreciate our friends. Pete Seeger, Mickey Mouse, the Beach Boys, the Roxettes. Nice one. The Osmonds. How about the Jackson 5? Oh, yeah, Michael, we were wondering about you the other night, but then you did show up. The mainstream media has been overtaken directly or indirectly by Russian propaganda. Let's just be real. The Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, Peter, Paul, Mary, Simon and Garfunkel, Carole King. People are putting in the chat things that America is all about. Red Rover. Freedom to love who you love. When Taylor Smith, when she endorsed Taylor Swift, I think I said Smith by accident. Maybe Jack Smith's vibes are coming in. When Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala, we thought it was all over. When all the people who were experts at always calling elections, when they said, we've done the data, we've run the numbers, Kamala Harris is going to win this. When that happened, we were like, okay, this is good. She would fairly win, right? When all these things were occurring in 2024 for those 3 months, record numbers of people at her rallies, right? When all that was going on, the truth of the matter was she was winning, and the truth of the matter is Kamala won. Warren has a big list of American things there. And here we are. And I only heard it from Kathy Beale because I told her I wasn't watching any news. with MAGA Mike being elected Speaker of the House. Jimmy Carter, right? There you go. Yeah. So let's just all be clear that we're being gaslit. And let's also be very clear that we can't be gaslit unless we allow ourselves to be gaslit. So if we don't call it out, then we end up just, dealing with the disinformation. Obama, right? Obama and Bruce Springsteen have a coffee table book. I'll pull it out next time. That's really awesome. They're pretty good friends. Memorial Day parades, festivities, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Maybe intermittently somebody can just put in the chat, we're listing things that America is all about. I brought my nefarious cards out. I hadn't looked at them for a while, but I brought them from upstairs where I am generally, but this is the holiday season and my lights are down here. Still the holiday season in my eyes and my mind. I did show you that I finally got down to see this is a lobster trap tree. It's a Christmas tree made all out of lobster traps. Through the years, it's gotten more and more gorgeous. It's like a little tree inside the big tree. So we still have our lights up until the 6th. So maybe once in a while somebody can just put in the chat, we're listing things that are all American that we love. Nefarious cards. So we heard that MAGA Mike Johnson got reelected, and when I said to Kathy when she told me that, because I had to hear it from somebody else, I was like, man. Because we've read on MAGA Mike being Speaker of the House, and he's going nowhere. He's going nowhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to start there. My guides have told me in no uncertain terms, do not look at the news. I'm not even watching Midas Touch. Anything that has anything to do with a white supremacist domestic terrorist who stokes violence through his stochastic terrorist rants, who's mental decline, and who incited a riot where people died on our capital in order to take our country down, who colludes with our most vicious enemies. And the mainstream media is acting like, oh, it's okay, he's going to be in the White House and it's going to be okay. Oh, Thomas is here. What's a spider's New Year resolution? To spend less time on the web. I like that one. Was Mark Rutte at Camp David? I don't know. Is that one of your questions tonight? I feel like on the phone. He's the head of NATO. First, we're going to pull cards about MAGA Mike and how it's going to go for him. Now, when I tune into him, MAGA Moses Mike, I have an image of a bridge. Like they needed him in there to bridge some kind of a gap. So we're going to pull 3 cards about what's going to happen for MAGA Mike. And in our show today with Kathy, who's just, what an amazing astrologer she is. Let's have a round of applause for Kathy Beale. Amazing astrologer. When I tune into MAGA Mike, I feel like in March something really huge is going to happen. I don't know if he'll be in that position until March. But I feel like, wow, he's just got I feel MAGA Mike just has no support. Yeah, I'm not reading, Maria, whatever you're saying about it's too bad that didn't happen, too bad, I'm not reading any of that. Everyone else can read it, but just in the spirit of, I'm not putting my focus on anything that I do not want. And that is not denial. That's choosing what I'm creating with my mind, with my thoughts. So, MAGA Mike. I mean, because we can say too bad this, too bad that, too bad this, too bad that, but what you're really saying too bad about is a false reality that they're doing. So too bad about the fake reality. For MAGA Mike, yeah, something big is coming down. Hang on, I just have to grab my glasses. One more time, I'm gonna jump up. All right. I promise that's it. A can-do attitude, I like it. Hakeem Jeffries will be Speaker of the House eventually. So I'm reading on MAGA Mike and what's going to happen with him. Here I have it again, the death card. It's going to be, it doesn't mean death, it means ending. I consistently get the Tower card and the death card when I read on MAGA Mike. Yeah, he's a placeholder. That's what I get. They're just like, oh, you just stay there while we do our other shenanigans. That's what I pick up. So MAGA Mike gets the death card. Consistently, I might add. The Knight of Swords has always represented, remember, I said Taylor Smith when I meant Taylor Swift, because Jack Smith is popping into my brain. MAGA Mike, Knight of Swords has often represented Jack Smith coming for somebody, and the strength, what's bearing down on MAGA Mike is going to be too much for him. Yeah, he'll probably be gone. Likely he'll be gone in the near future. This will be short-lived for him. And you know how little he is? You know how petite? He's little petite, MAGA Mike, little weasel. He's such a horrible person, pretending to be a Christian and being heinously cruel. What I see is that the weight becomes too heavy for him. Hang on a second. Sherry's saying, during pop-up with Kathy, when she said, if Trump gets in, I said to myself, Annette said, don't say that. Yeah, I know. I have to just, keep pointing it out to people. It's easy to fall into that trap. Envision what you want to see. Oh, look, Vlad just popped up. I don't know how these cards flipped over. Okay. This is Putin, and he wants Kamala to be... Putin wants Kamala to not be in play. That's what I pick up. Putin wants Kamala to not be in play. So, I really do think that Vlad knows that people know what happened. Joe Biden is a national treasure, I agree. Thank you, you guys, for informing people that are showing up. We're listing things that we love about America. He can't control her. That's what I'm picking up. Old Silver. Old Silver sounds like the name of a horse. Old Silver? I took a ride on Old Silver today. Let's do this. Let's pull 3 cards about the Elon-Putin connection and see what's going on there currently. Maria loves the fact that the United States flag will be a half-staff during inauguration, which you will not watch. Yes, and it will be a half-staff when my dad transitions, and I think that's going to be a wonderful thing. In the shadow of Jimmy Carter. Knock, knock, who's there? Cheese. Cheese who? For cheese, a good, jolly good fellow. I like what Rose is saying here. No matter how much we fuss at each other, American people always pull together in times of crisis. And I want you to know, too, that we have to remember that. That's really true. That the American people are a beautiful people. We're a kind people. We're a compassionate people. We're an intelligent people. We're a generous people. We're a very compassionate people. The American people are good people. The whole Russian propaganda thing is attempting to get us all to believe through the mainstream media that Americans are terrible. Notice I haven't gone into the horrible terrorist attack on New Orleans. I'm praying for New Orleans, but I'm not going in and losing hope. And the other terrorist things that are happening, okay? Don't go in and lose hope. That's what they need for us to do. America is a beautiful country with awesome, awesome people. You can think of 20 people right now, just sitting here, that are awesome. 20 Americans that are awesome. The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco Bay. I almost read The Golden Girls. After Pearl Harbor, Admiral Yamamoto asked, "What did we do? They wakened the sleeping giant that is the United States of America." Right. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 cards about the Putin-Elon connection. I don't even know what's going on with Elon. I have, like, in terms of any news about Elon. This might be better because I can just give you my total psychic impression. Hello, everyone who's showing up now. We're listing things about America that we love in the chat. Okay, well, this represents Elon. The question is about, tell me more about the collusion between Elon and, well, Vlad showed right up on that one. Okay, so that's Elon, and that's Vlad, and here's Justice. NATO is coming for this this duo here. NATO is coming for this duo. Oh, thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. Feel free to donate if I've helped you through 2024 especially. Is that breaking news? Trump getting sentenced on January 10th, ordered by Judge Marchand. Thank you, Warren, for putting my information up. Is that new information? Elon and Putin. Vlad Dracula, we know who that is, and this is Elon, you know, rich guy, just bloviating. I don't know where that word came from. And Justice will reign over them. Blessed is grateful for all the tarot readers that are and astrologers that are keeping you sane. If you're just joining us, when you book a 50 minute reading, you get a free gift, and this is your free gift. While they last. I have about a dozen of them, I think. Okay. Well, that was pretty clear. Please hit the thumbs up while you're here. Oh, and we're past 200 in attendance, so we're going to do a group hug. As soon as our thumbs up are up to 200, we'll do a group hug. So think about what you want to do the group hug about. Thank you, Zircon. The notification came on 30 minutes late. Yeah, YouTube's not my friend, but at least I have a channel. It defies logical reason that my number of views doesn't go up. It's kind of an anomaly. It's kind of a mystery, right? Okay, 3 cards about the orange monster and how he's doing. What's going on with him right now. Thank you, Sherry. Much appreciate the donation bell. Thomas is providing dad jokes. My resolution was to read more, so I put the subtitles on my TV. The orange monster. Thank you to the wrenches for all your hard work. The orange monster. All right. When you're a member, you're invited to a psychic party at the end of the month, and soon we will start resending you some daily affirmations. Okay, how the orange monster is doing presently He's not all there. But, you know, he's not all there. Are you talking about Judge Marchand had all those death threats? Once he's sentenced, once the Orange Monster is sentenced, he'll be convicted felon. Will that help the 14th? Oh, that's a good question. We can look at that. Thank you, Lena, for the donation. Yeah, I'm really picking up. He's not all there. He's not. There's nobody home in his brain. Trump is getting sentenced on the 10th, but not going to jail. What is the point then? Thank you, Marby. I have to look into that. What do New Year's Day parades have in common with Santa Claus? No one is awake to see either of them. Thank you, Taurus. Taurus Waltz. Keep visualizing. So Trump he's not all there. And the King of Swords Trump is not the communicator. Whatever is being communicated is not coming from the Orange Monster's mouth. He's like, he's like a shell of a human. Trump is. He's like a shell of a human. And I am really picking up there's nobody home at all. Being sentenced holds him accountable. Okay, so it's so interesting. Oh, and by mistake, without realizing it, I just picked the star card. I didn't mean to, it just popped up. Kind of picked it up by mistake, but this is a card of the United States. Mistake, not really. My guides are guiding the reading. So where Trump is he's just he's a shell of a human. And I just have this image of like people speaking through him like he's a. Remember when you were a kid and you rolled up paper and you just wah 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 like a little bullhorn kind of thing? That's the sense that I get of how Trump's role right now. He's like people are speaking through him. There's nobody home in his brain. And the King of Swords this is representing all of the enemies that he's colluded with. So the enemies that Trump is colluded with he's just like a funnel that they're funneling all this disinformation from. Well, that's how he's doing so far. So doesn't look good. What did Adam say to Eve on December 31st? It's New Year's Eve. You get a medal for that. This is fascinating because I have been talking about Trump's dementia, and I feel like he's in the advanced beginning stages. Is it because he's on too many drugs? Well, I don't think that helps. Thank you, Maria. Oh, I'm making some money. Thanks. Really helps a lot. Is he in advance? I'm picking up. Well, let me ask a different question. Will he show up to court in pajamas? Hang on a second. Does Donald Trump have dementia? That's very strong. That's very clear. Damon! Mainstream media pisses on our legs and says it's raining. That's kind of like what it feels like. Yes. Actually, yeah. Kathy Beale today, earlier on our show, said something was going to come out of left field on the 12th and sentencing set for the 10th. Karen saying, what I love about America is that we laugh. Definitely. What I love about this channel is we laugh. We laugh a lot. Tell your friends, if they need a good laugh, sometimes it just gets really hysterical here. Barbara's asking, how long will it take before the world realizes he's no longer there? I think it's not going to take very long at all. Does Trump have Does Trump have a dementia? Yeah, I'm getting very strongly. I'm asking again, very strongly that he has dementia. So let's ask this: does he? Is it in the beginning stages? No, it's past the beginning stages. Is it in the advanced beginning stages, or okay? Is it in the? Is he in the middle? He's in the middle, like intermediate stages of dementia. Trump is. What are they going to do with that? Well, Elon's trying to be president. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look at what Kamala and Joe are doing. Yeah, I'm picking up that Trump is in the past the beginning stages of dementia. He's more in the intermediate stages of dementia. And Vance is non-existent. We should read on that. Yes, thanks for your donations. JD Vance is on his couch. Thank you to my viewer who sent me the Psychic Tarot. My other deck was absolutely falling apart, and it's so nice to have a brand new deck. Great, great deck, John Holland. If you ever want to get this is a great deck. For those of you who like to read. All right. Yeah, I know, JD, who we'll read on that in a bit. But first we're going to read on Biden and Kamala. And I just want to tell you that, and I gave a shout out the other night too, that Rosie's insights, I mentioned this earlier, is right on, just completely the same thing that I'm picking up. I mean, spot on what I'm picking up too. Including the part about don't put any mental attention on the whole crazy disinformation out there. Yeah, you gotta keep the faith, because there's a lot going on, and America has made it through a lot. People are listing things in the chat that they love about America. Being gaslit without the fumes, is that what you're saying? Without the Tums? 3 cards on Kamala and Biden. There is a ton going on behind the scenes, and our national security has been compromised, and we need to all be praying. Don't be scared, just pray. I'm praying constantly. And speaking of Rosie, the other thing that she said was she's praying the rosary, and I'm like, I can't even believe she's saying these things, because I'm doing the same thing. Dad joke, I was going to quit all my bad habits for the new year, but then I remembered that nobody likes a quitter. Good one. Follow the psychics that are accurate. I'm not naming any names, just follow the ones that feel, because I want you to all to tune into your own sense of what's like, if it resonates with you, then you know that you're using your psychic gift too. So Kamala and Joe, what they're looking at is America beautiful, America the beautiful. You're watching me and Kathy, so you're late. That's great. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. When we have, when we have 200 thumbs up, we're going to do a group hug. Something's definitely going on. Kamala and Joe are looking at preserving America the beautiful. See, I even have my Miracle Mary medal on, because it's because I'm praying for miracles. Going for the spiritual work, Okay, reading on Joe and Kamala. They're focused on America the beautiful. There's positive movement forward for Joe and Kamala. This is what President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, this country is in their hands right now. Let's keep our focus on that. And there's potential for this country to continue to be in their hands for a few months. And we will look at that. and they're building a solid, firm foundation of evidence about election interference from our foreign enemies that Trump and Elon, it used to be just Trump, but now it's Trump and Elon, colluded with to manipulate the results of the election. And Trump is not eligible to be president anyway. He's an insurrectionist. I see no need to make more New Year's resolutions when the ones already on the books aren't being enforced. That's funny. You guys are watching the show with me and Kathy, and that's why you're late. That's funny. Appreciate the support. Kamala and Joe, America the Beautiful. There's positive movement forward for that. They have a firm foundation. They have firm footing in terms of what investigations worldwide have turned up about election interference and meddling. I don't want anybody to think that this is a done deal in terms of the United States of America having a fascist in the White House. Okay, I mean, that's basically what it amounts to, right? That mainstream media is trying to put lipstick on a pig, like I said in my article, that, oh, America is great with having a fascist, self-proclaimed dictator on day one, fascist who's promising to destroy our entire country, who's not even qualified to be president. Yeah, mainstream media is trying to tell you, yeah, fascists in the White House. Yeah, I'm gonna read on the mainstream media. And if you doubt at all that Russia is using our media as a mouthpiece, look at Fox. I mean, you don't have to go look at Fox. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, but it's right there. And for that matter, look at the Clarence Thomas taking trips on a fancy yacht to Russia, right? This stuff is all out there. We're not that stupid. You actually stopped talking to friends that voted for Trump? I'm surprised you were talking to them. And you reminded me that we're going to read on mainstream media, but you're reminding me that it was not, I think I attract this stuff, honestly, because it bothers me so much, and what you focus on increases and gets attracted to you. I'm walking down the street and I see this really like ugly colored neon green truck. This was just like 5 days ago. Ugly neon green old truck with this huge flag that said F CK Biden. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, oh my God, that person is really, it's just totally miserable. And if you look at the people who think they like Trump, what does that say about them? What does that say about them as human beings? Like that's your hero? I won't go on about it, I promise. And then, lo and behold, this is case in point, that we attract to us what we're focused on. Right after that, I'm in my car and I'm right behind this, twice that day at least, trucks that have Trump stickers on. What's up with Elon's fascination with C-sections? Let me tell you something about Elon Trump. Oh my God, the Freudian slips just keep slipping out. I just called him Elon Trump. That kind of fits, right? Elon is mentally hugely unstable and he's on drugs. Did anybody read? I don't know what the specific post that he wrote was in response to or why he wrote it, but you know, speaking of the F word, saying F your face and like, what? We have a lot of work to do in terms of let's turn this around. This is not who we are as a human civilization. So you're asking, is Trump on drugs? Yeah, Trump's on drugs. Let's remember too that the White House was a pill mill when he was there. Very strong yes on Trump being on drugs. Very strong yes. I mean, sometimes the pendulum's like, oh, that's a little yes. That's like, oh yeah, I think he's running on drugs, and I think all of them are on drugs too. Pippi Longstocking. I'm gonna pull cards on mainstream media. And when we're up to 200 thumbs up, we're going to engage in a group hug. We will. They drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah, but you know what? Elon's really majorly, he has major mental issues. Both he and Trump, I don't know about Putin, but likely, were brought up in abusive households. And for Elon, it was like corporal punishment abuse. And that's emotional abuse too. For Trump, it was more of emotional abuse. But I get that Trump was born kind of evil too. They were both born kind of evil. That does happen. Based on past lifetimes. Mainstream media. So, you heard today on another channel, Elon Musk cannot get a date. I wouldn't date him. Gosh, you couldn't pay me. He couldn't give me $1 billion to date him. That's how much I'm not, like, motivated by money. Okay, 3 cards about mainstream media. What I'm just gonna ask about mainstream media in the next few weeks. What's it gonna look like? In terms of what are they gonna be going through? Yes, Elon abuses ketamine. What's the scenario for mainstream media for the next few weeks? The Ten of Swords. Let me tell you something. Stop. If you have cable TV, I don't know because I don't have a TV. If you have cable, do you have to have CNN and MSNBC? Is it all lumped into a package? Because I know Fox was doing that for a while, and there was an organization called Unfox My Cable Box. Do you remember that? Unfox My Cable Box? And so what I want to encourage everybody to do is to stop watching cable news so that their numbers plummet and that they don't have the eyeballs that they need on their news, so-called news channels, to entice advertisers to advertise, to take out big ads. So if you're able to, and pass it on, get rid of cable news. They need to take a really big financial hit that they notice. I don't think I've ever had a TV. That's how much I'm not into it. But mainstream media, oh yeah, the Ten of Swords. I don't even like to show this card because these are the nefarious, kind of creepy cards. If you're new and you don't know what cards I'm using, that I always call the nefarious people cards. Magicians, Martyrs and Madmen, Tarot by Travis McHenry. Great deck. I use it all the time because there's so much darkness in our country that it really fits. Okay, the local news is even, I just want to tell you, Eloa, the local news is extremely slanted too. It's even, sometimes it's even worse. The other night, because I visit Dad the nursing home and the TV's on, the other night I saw I mentioned this before too. The local news channel was telling this news story about, oh, well, these immigrants are so afraid of Trump that they're going to be deported, and these poor people, you know, that have been here for years and years, and they don't talk about how unjust it is. They're just like, oh, those poor people, they're going to be deported from Trump's immigration program. Have you seen that Tom Homan dude? He's an antichrist. I'm just making a point about local news, at least where I am, is like just as slanted and terrible. So mainstream media is going to try to do magic tricks to get their numbers back up. I don't know what happened with Morning Joe. Do you guys know? Yeah, Tom Homan is like, he's like possessed by a demon, and I'm not just like saying that. Just like Stephen Miller is possessed. I'm not just saying that. I mean that literally. There's something in there. Local news makes Damon double his anxiety meds. It's very bad, right? Ten of Swords is they are taking a hit. Mainstream media is taking a hit. So I'm glad I wrote that Substack article about how mainstream media attempts to put lipstick on a pig. It's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to make it acceptable. And we're not that dumb. Does anyone know if Morning Joe is still on? Michael went to a witchy store today. It's my favorite thing. It is. I'll be at one tomorrow all day. So this is mainstream media. They really are taking a hit. But they're in bed with the enemy. I'm just saying. 2 more thumbs up, we do a group hug. So Morning Joe's still on? Nobody knows. Good for you, you're not watching. They're going to try to continue to do their tricks. And when I've read on mainstream media before, no, I haven't seen the YouTube channel called 45 Antichrist. Something like that. But maybe I have. I've seen information about Trump being the Antichrist. Sinclair, yes. Sinclair Group is the corporate, nefarious entity. Sinclair's origins were oil. A dinosaur was the logo. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Old Silver, for that. Mainstream media is kind of roped in, and it does feel like a dinosaur. It does feel like it's old oil money. We really need to change this. All right. So what's the outcome from mainstream media? I just keep getting, they'll keep trying to jump through hoops. Yeah. Okay, we have 204 thumbs up and over 300 in the chat. So let's go ahead and do our thank you, our group hug. Kyle Kelsey beat out Joe Rogan in podcast ratings. Who's Kyle Kelsey? Is that Travis Kelsey's brother? Taylor Swift is coming up in my head tonight. I don't know why. Maybe there's going to be some Taylor Swift news. Mika and Joe are still on. They're attempting new tricks to get their viewerships up. Bond Blue made it. How you doing? It's time for a group hug. Oh, Travis Kelsey's sister? Okay. But before we do a group hug, we're going to read a dad joke. Geology rocks, but geography is where it's at. I like it. That's like a school joke. Let's do a group hug as we focus on the wool being pulled away from people's eyes and the entire collective America, and that we're demanding an end to this madness. And if it's any consolation, I do see the end of it. Sinclair owns Nashville Fox I used to live in Nashville. It's pretty red. You quit watching. Good. Okay. Did you catch that? We're doing a group hug. We're intending on Americans just like totally wool taken off their eyes, and really the majority of America saying, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing fascism. And Donald Trump is not allowed anywhere near our sacred people's house. And also in the group hug, I like to say, let's send love and support to all the people that are struggling with depression. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Group hug. The American people are waking up. They're rebelling. They don't want this, and we're making it known. Let's send a lot of energy to Jessica Denson's rally from the 3rd through the 6th at the Capitol. Peaceful protest to put into effect Amendment 14, Section 3. That they succeed. That we hear news about that. Good news. And let's send love to all the people that are suffering from depression and just feeling lonely and sad. Ooh, that hug has a lot of energy. Yogi Bear, you're so funny. Yogi Bear gets away with a lot. All right. I'm just teasing. That felt powerful. Wow. Speaking of that, I want you all to promise me you're going to go to last night's video. It's only 30 minutes. And the first 15 minutes, I'm just talking about what's going on in America. And the second 15 minutes, you can just cue it up to the second 15 minutes. Very powerful meditation about angels being at the Capitol right now. Around and in the Capitol, affecting what's going on for the highest good. That was a powerful group hug, right? Sinclair owns 2 stations in Michael's hometown in Dayton, Ohio, and took over your favorite TV station in Cincinnati till that happened. Yeah, and so when I was talking about the local paper here, I'm going to call, and I'm probably going to I might even write a letter to the paper. I'm going to complain profusely about that headline that I saw. Trump wins the White House. I can't even believe it. Going public with my complaint. If you knew how people lived under, autocracies and dictatorships, if we all understood that, there'd be nobody that you talk to that will be like, oh yeah, Trump. Honestly, that's so true. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Iran and Russia and what's going to happen to them, because there are sanctions on them by Biden now for election interference in our election. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Nefarious deck about what they're doing. Iran and Russia. And I heard that, yeah, if you're friends from other countries that are dictatorships, so like if you knew somebody from Iraq or, Afghanistan or Syria, good Lord, you'd be on your knees every day counting your blessings. It's so true. Reagan sold us out. Yeah, I try not to dwell on that. Okay. Iran and Russia. It's just a matter of time before they are really found out. Iran and Russia and that election interference. The Hierophant is the law, international law, coming down on them. This is a global issue now. What they did to America is a global issue now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to call the newspaper. I don't shut up. You guys know that about me. It's like, when I was a kid, I used to be shy. I have a hard time even imagining that now. I was probably collecting data when I was in elementary school. I didn't say a word. It's true. I was terribly shy. Iran and Russia. What I'm getting is that so many countries are going to be really aware of their nefarious dealings in our election and other elections that they're kind of not going to have any chance to push back. You're a cheerleader, now you're a hermit. I'll be a cheerleader again. Come on. Come on, come back out. I want to know more about what's, okay, so what's Iran and Russia, it's like, there's a lot to unpack there in terms of what they did with the interference, but it's all there. And it's all way illegal in the world court. And the Ace of Wands is saying, yeah, it's definitely all there. Now, I have the sense that it's just going to be like, okay, the sanctions are there, and they definitely interfered, and it's just the information just kind of sits there for a while. So let's just pull 3 cards about then what happens. And then what happens? Remember, when you book a 50-minute reading, I'm going to send you a free cup. Get your New Year reading. 50 minutes. And if you don't want to get a long reading, I'm also offering short readings for new clients. That's on my website, psychic.dion.com. I don't have my sign down here because I'm just in a different room. Yogi Bear wants to talk about our friends the ETs. What do you want to know? I've been feeling ETs around very strongly. As a matter of fact. More about Iran and Russia. And then what's going to happen? Because I kind of have the sense that the information is, well, the sanctions will just be, they'll be in place, right? No, that's not an alien, that's a car. It's not a UFO. Somebody was a little spooked the other night. They were like, I thought there were orbs going by your window. It's cars. I'm on a busy street. How much are 50-minute readings? Go to my website, psychic.dion.com. It's all there. Okay. Yeah, here's, the sanctions are going to hurt Russia and Iran. The sanctions are going to hurt. They're just going to pretend like, oh, no, it's fine. We're just going to, we can do whatever we want. They're going to still do that, Russia and Iran. But they really do hurt. I have the 3 of Swords. So they're bluffing when they pretend they don't care about the sanctions. That's total bluffing. And the Judgment card is there. So they can't escape being held accountable for what they've done. And the 2 of Pentacles, I still do get the sense of it's only going to be sanctions for right now. Okay, what do we, oh my gosh, it's almost an hour already? How did that happen? Let's read, I was going to make tea tonight, but I was a little rushed, so tea leaves on Monday. I want you all to promise me that you're going to focus on what the outcome that you want to see for America all weekend. Just got fired from my job as a set designer, but I left without making a scene. Thomas, people love your dad jokes. I think you just make their night. I think they come here probably for Thomas's dad jokes more than me, which is fine. You help my business. Let's pull 3 cards about America over the weekend and on the 6th. Madam President Kamala. And also Kathy Beale, our resident astrologer, did say that everything that's happening right now is not going to stay. Like MAGA Mike being speaker. But I do want to ask this. Will Trump actually be, will the votes be certified on, I get no. On Monday, I get no. And I also got no about MAGA Mike being speaker, as I recall. And that's a strong no. So there's no energy behind it in terms of staying power. So 3 cards for like over the weekend. What can we expect? I'm speaking over the weekend. You absolutely must join me for Church of Spirituality on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You get all the spiritual tools that you need. Don't let the word church scare you. It's for you. It's for you to be spiritually empowered. And Church of Spirituality is now in its 5th year, and it's my church, and I'm the minister, and I'm the musician, and I'm the singer, and I'm the sermon giver. Is that what you call that? Just the channel. Love church. Betty's saying she loves church. It's great. See? I have testimonials and everything. We pray for one another, and we pray fervently for our country and fervently for our world. So that's every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can always watch it afterwards. Over the weekend, we're going to see an ending to something. That's interesting. Okay, we're going to see. Actually, I kind of think that the protesters at the Capitol right now, protesting them just ignoring our Constitution, is actually going to get somewhere. I feel that. I just said, Jackie, it means there's not any energy behind it. I mean, when I think about MAGA Mike, understand when I'm using the pendulum, it's reading the energy. I've learned with using my pendulum that it's reading the energy. And the energy of MAGA Mike being like a legit Speaker of the House with power is not there. It's just not. And the energy of Trump, being certified, the energy is not there. So if you watch our show from earlier, you'll kind of see that's kind of what Kathy was saying too. The Death card means an ending to something. This doesn't mean death. It means something's going to come to a transformative end. And the 3 of Wands is something new is being built. And the 2 of Cups is, this is about the, Democrats for the people. MAGA Mike is just a theatrical trailer for a show that it's not been picked up by the network. Kind of. Michael can't make Church of Spirituality live this Sunday. Thanks for letting us know, but you can watch it after. All right, you're welcome, Jackie. I try to explain as much as I can. On Monday, we'll do tea leaves. Does anyone have a pressing question before we go? The dramatic about-face speaker vote today was impossible to predict. No way that the tarot readers could have predicted that. I don't know. But thanks. Dad joke. A perfectionist walked into a bar. Apparently the bar wasn't set high enough. Who will those BS Christians pray to when it's revealed that ETs are real? They'll freak out. Anyone have a question before we go? Is that it? We covered everything for now? Please book a psychic reading. I really need the help. And you, I think you want a reading because the readings are great. I'm clairvoyant. I see past lives. I see life purpose. I see solutions to problems. I'm also a spiritual life coach. Anyone who's been a spiritual life coaching client can tell you, and some are maybe in the chat, if you want your life to change for the better, you might want to consider spiritual life coaching. My spiritual life coaching sessions are extremely affordable when it comes to life coaching, and it's like having a psychic counselor. And I will be starting to have classes in the near future, and members will get their affirmations daily again. When you become a member, you're invited to a psychic party at the end of the month every Saturday. And most everything I do is at 7 p.m. Grassroots of Democracy is every Thursday at 7 p.m. for half an hour. Please go and do that meditation. It's really, really important. It's only 15 minutes. Okay? So, all right. And thank you for putting all the things that you love about America in the chat. That was inspiring. and for all the support and all the love and all the donations. There's information there about how to donate to me through the mail in the description. And thank you so much. Light white candles over the weekend. It really goes farther than you think. And visualize what you want. Okay? I love you all more than you'll ever know. You're the reason this channel exists. Please share. Go to my Substack and subscribe to Annette Substack, and we'll see you soon. All right. Namaste.